Basketball fans, what is up? And welcome to another episode of the All Basketball Podcast. Once again, it's your host, Maurice Dixon. March 11th. Today, recording in the afternoon, and we'll talk about some win streaks, losing streaks, current conditions, states of certain teams, as we're less than 20 games away, less than 20 games left for each team of the NBA season. And this time of the year, teams are still battling to get the best playoff position. Not tanking, intentionally losing, and you got some teams going forward and trying to avoid certain matchups. And the crazy thing is, you also get sometimes where people are kind of just, this is March, so it's NCAA tournament time, so it's kind of a dead season somewhat for the NBA. You got some good matchups. You're gonna have good matchups here and there, but the shift is highly on about to be on the NCAA tournament in March Madness next week, starting next Thursday specifically, with conference tournaments already underway. We'll start this your power conference getting underway, but so usually people just looking to grind through this part of this NBA season to get to the playoffs, but sometimes you have crazy things happen, and one crazy thing happened last night just out of the blue. Nobody expected while the Celtics and the Spurs were underway, putting forth a very competitive game in San Antonio. Down in Miami, the Heat were hosting the putrid Washington Wizards, just intentionally losing, hoping to get a high draft pick. They've been pretty bad for some years now, but starting to get notifications, and they even switched from the NBC broadcast because Bam Adebayo scored 83 points. Yes, 83 points, becoming the second player, how do I put this? Not second. Recording the highest scoring total, second highest scoring total in NBA history, behind Wilt Chamberlain, who scored 100 back in 1962, and just 2 points more than Kobe Bryant, who scored his famous 81 in 2006. And just some of the specifics real quick. Pretty sure you guys are hardcore fans are up on it, but if you're not, basically Bam started out hot. He had 31 in the first quarter, and then 43 at the half. So it was looking very historical, and Miami pretty much was in control the whole way. And I guess the crazy thing was, and he also became he set a record. He trumped LeBron's outing of 61 in 2014, March 3rd of 2014, matter of fact. And so he's now the Heat's all-time. I mean, the one single game performance. He has the record for the Miami Heat, but so his final numbers, even though he started off very well, didn't end up too impressive. 20 of 43 overall shooting, just below 50%. Still a pretty good percentage, for the most part. Even though he's a bigger guy, you would think he would get a lot more easier buckets, but doesn't always play down low in the paint. Of those 20 of 43 field goals, seven of those were threes, and he shot 22 threes. So he didn't shoot very well from three, but he was firing away. And then he ended up 36 of 43 from the foul line. I mean, and that's that's a very good percentage, considering he's a very good mark, considering he's already 77% career or free throw shooter for this season. Yeah, he shoots 78% from the stripe this season, 76 for his career. So crazy stuff. This guy's not the typical. He's definitely not your when you think of someone scoring 83 points, the guy you think of maybe that was Luka or Ant-Man or maybe even Wembanyama or Giannis, maybe Jokic. And he doesn't look to score all the time, but since Bam is career averages will probably come up a little bit, it's just 16 points a game. And this season now he's at 20 points a game, shooting about 45% from the field and just 33% from three-point range. But he has improved as a three-point shooter, to his credit. So being able to adjust to today's modern game, being a 6'10", 6'9", 6'10" guy who can step out and show that versatility for today's game. But when you think of Bam, you think of a kind of an athletic freak, a lot of talent, some skill, and playing good defense, finishing alley-oops, hitting that mid-range jump shot, and being able to make plays from the perimeter. But 83 points, didn't expect that, but he did it. He got hot, started out hot, and then once he got to a certain point, as I was reading, Eric Spoelstra was saying, well, you got 60, you might as well go for 70. You got 70. And his coach was behind it. The team was behind it. And he hit the mark. Second highest scoring output in NBA history. So it was just, but then obviously you got the backlash from social media, random Joes, famous Joes. People didn't like it, specifically like Frank Isola. Some other names I saw, his comes to mind as I mentioned it. Some people were in support of it, like Rachel Nichols. Other people, NBA players, were in support of it. So it's a mixed bag. It's become a polarizing topic because of how we got it. And I'm not so much against it. I'm not so much for it. I guess I'll sit somewhere in the middle. What I didn't like was the fact that they were up 20. They started fouling. Yeah, the part I saw, Keyshawn Johnson. So what the Wizards were doing, they were trying to foul other players to stop Bam from scoring. They were even triple teaming dude for trying to catch inbounds passes. When he got around that 80, when he got 81, he tied Kobe, and they finally got him the ball, and then he just went full throttle towards the basket. And dude, one of the Wizards fouled him, and his teammate was looking like, man, why you fouling? Because Bam spent and then kind of threw up a wild shot, but he did make contact to get free throw number 42 and 43. He hit both of them. That marked 83. And yeah, I mean, it was kind of unethical at the end with them trying to especially with them fouling to get the ball back. Now, I did get some information that when Wilt scored, I don't know if it was his 100, because he had a 70-something point out and he had a 100 point. But I think they said during that game, they were trying to, Philly was letting the other team just score so they could get the ball back. So instead of Miami just they knew Washington wasn't going to press the score, maybe dribble out the shot clock. It wasn't that much time left, only a couple of minutes. So you say, well, we're going to just foul you. And then the Wizards would try to foul them back. So you got into, it just didn't end well to have a game become kind of manufactured like that. And it's all manufactured to the point now. The difference with Kobe's was he shot a much better percentage. I think he ended up attempting like 10, 20 free throws. I know he made 7 threes as well. And he took 13 of the team's last 17 shots. I mean, he caught fire, and they needed it. The Raptors were Jalen Rose had a good game. I think he had like 38 that game. The game was in the balance. It was a competitive game, and you just go to the hot man. Or, I mean, like when Jordan dropped 63 against the Celtics, I mean, won many other scoring options in that playoff game, and you get hot. Keep giving dude the ball. I mean, no matter if you like the player or not. So, but it did. Those situations weren't definitely nowhere near as unethical as what kind of what Miami did. But I guess since he's right there, he's so close. They obviously had the attitude of just go for it, dude. Just try to become have the second highest scoring output in the game. At least go for that, or at least tie Kobe. And it was it just was comical. But as far as win streaks, that was Miami's 6th straight win. So they're pretty hot right now, and they didn't let one slip up against the lowly Wizards. And so you got people, Kobe fans are upset because Bam Adebayo broke Kobe's record. I mean, I'm no Kobe fan, never was. But because when I found out in 2006, when I found out he scored 81, I'm just thinking, oh, Kobe just went off just gunning Kobe. And I know Henry said, well, nah, he was shooting it up, but I mean, the game was still close. They needed all the points. And once he got to 81 and the game was, the Raptors were no longer a threat, then Phil Jackson pulled them out. So that one was, they needed those points. So I was kind of like, okay, even though I'm not a Kobe fan, but I didn't feel any type of way about, he scored more points than Jordan or David Robinson when he hit 70 one year, over 70. And even that was, he needed those points to beat Shaq and for the scoring title. So that was manufactured. I mean, I don't know if they were fouling trying to get the ball back, but I know every time they just try to get David Robinson, he went to work and he hit enough shots to get that scoring title that year. So, it's when it's all said and done, it's all at that point, unless the game's really close, kind of manufactured, or either a guy's just being really selfish or he got hot. And that's just the best scoring option. So, yeah, Kobe fans are mad that they're gonna discredit it, but it wasn't a shot at Kobe. I think it's more so that just pretty much based on the fact that Kobe's no longer here and he can't say anything about it and how he died. I think it's more of a trigger in that sense, and then all the stuff you have out there as far as people feeling like why they put LeBron above Kobe, and so I think it comes from a lot of that. And there are a lot of Kobe fans, just like there are a lot of Jordan fans and LeBron fans, and there will be a lot of Ant-Man fans, and there's Steph Curry fans, and there will be a lot of Wembanyama fans. So it's all par for the course. So I mean, dude set the record. I mean, not a name you would expect, but he did it, and it didn't. The means to an end didn't look the best, but he still got 83. I mean, but in other also last night, so you had Spurs ended up beating the Celtics at home. Jaylen Brown got ejected, so that kind of put a damper on the game a little bit, because then you just had, they weren't at full strength even though Vucevic is out, but they still had Derek White, I assume Pritchard, and Tatum is back from his Achilles after 10 months. And so but yeah, the Spurs, man, they're young, they have no playoff experience. They're doing something I didn't expect I expect them to be in the playoff mix, but not second in the West. Not a team that has beat OKC. They got the extra games for 4 out of 5 times. Just a team playing this well with no experience. I mean, Castle's still young. Dylan Harper's a rookie. They do have Fox, who has experience, playoff experience, and Harrison Barnes, a champion, plenty of playoff experience as well. And Champagne makes shots. Keldon Johnson comes off the bench. He's full of energy and aggressive. So then you have Wembanyama. I mean, your cheat code. I mean, dude, you get around the rim. I mean, dude don't even have to jump to really block your shot lots of times. And then he had guard moves. He made 8 threes last night. I think he ended up 38, 39 points. So he was able to hit a step back. So it's like, and this being his 3rd year, he's healthy. That's definitely just has to stay healthy. So I mean, yeah, the Spurs 5 straight with their 5th straight win. And then they had a 11-game winning streak before that. So beat some good teams. Beat the best team in the East, Detroit. Or as far as record-wise, beat them twice in both of those streaks. So I mean, beat them twice convincingly. So able to limit Cade Cunningham. So hey, I mean, last year OKC defied the odds, kind of defied history, but by becoming the 3rd youngest team to win the title. I don't know whether, I guess the Spurs be right up in there with that, but if they, with no playoff experience, if they didn't go that far, that would be something. I mean, even when I think about the Magic with Penny and Shaq, I mean, I know they had a little experience. Then they broke through in '95 and got to the finals. I forgot, they may have lost to Indiana in '94, but they were in the '95. Yeah, they beat Chicago because Jordan had just came back. So, and they beat Indiana in the East Finals. So, I mean, the year before they probably got some experience, but for the Spurs not to have any experience collectively and a young coach, to be able to go West Finals even further is going to be quite impressive. I won't say that. I mean, I'm coming over more and more to the side. I'm still holding on to my stance about history, and the playoffs been a different beast, and you got to go through your lumps. You got to get some scars, which history has proven over and over again. Maybe they'll be able to defy that, disprove that, but I'm still sticking to that somewhat, because there's some matchups out there that could be a problem for them. I mean, you maybe want to say Denver, but they haven't been playing their best of late. But playoff series is different, and even OKC could make it a little different in the playoff series. I mean, the bit of more experience they have could help them figure out a way to flip how this whole matchup has been going. So I'm not totally going against saying the Spurs. I'm not saying the Spurs totally can do it, but I'm still holding on that I wouldn't be surprised if they get to a series and somebody with just more experience, somebody maybe we didn't expect, just kind of comes out of the blue and just catches them, and it just be like, you got to wait until next year. But I mean, they stay healthy, keep this core together, and Wembanyama, I mean, they're eventually going to be champions. I mean, it's just, it's inevitable. Like Agent Smith told Neo in the Matrix. But as far as OKC, they have won their 6th straight a few nights ago. Beat Denver in a classic tight game, close game. Shai Gilgeous, I mean, nice step back move for 3. just a second or two left. After Jokic made he made a three, and I think somebody got fouled, so it'll be a 4-point play. So they're on a 6-game win streak, and you gotta I mean, they're starting to play better as they're trying to hold on to that best record in the league for the second straight year as we get closer and closer to the playoffs. But one thing I gotta point out about Lou Dort, man, he's I mean, I haven't heard anyone say this, but I mean, there's a video out there of him tripping, kicking. I mean, obviously the latest before the game they played Denver, the previous game when he got ejected for hip checking Jokic. Yeah, Jokic might have flopped some, but that was totally unnecessary by Lou Dort. Totally reckless. Then he stuck his foot out. Then he had the nerve to look like, oh, how can you call that foul? You stopped, saw the man was running and not looking at you. So you tried to set a hip check pick pretty much. And come on, dude. So, I mean, with all that, with the tripping he's done, I mean, when he had John Moran almost land on his head, I mean, that was kind of a crazy just reaction play it was. And I don't think that one was dirty, maybe more so reckless. But, I mean, he has to, and he apologized for it because he committed another flagrant foul against, I didn't get a chance to see that one, unfortunately, against Jokic in this most recent game. And he's publicly apologized for what he's doing and saying he's getting caught up in competition and everything, which I can understand, but you gotta know when to draw it back to a point, dude. And I mean, you're just gonna have to accept the being known as dirty at the moment. I mean, and it reminded me of Bruce Bowen. You haven't heard anyone mention this, but remember me and Henry kind of called him Dirty Bruce, and I mean, try to slide his foot under his opponent's foot when they're coming out for a jump shot. He had a lot of battles with Kobe, just doing little sneaky things that were picked up on video. And I mean, a key role player for the Spurs, able to hit threes from the corner. Their best one-on-one defender. He played the best offense. He tried to stop the best offensive player. But some dirty tactics. I haven't seen Bruce Bowen play. I know remember he was on ESPN. It's kind of thought about like, yeah, Bruce Bowen was on ESPN for a second as a commentator, and I think he was commentating games, and he had a little bow tie thing going on. But just didn't work out, so they moved on. They decided to part ways, but ESPN just didn't renew his contract. And but haven't seen Bowen lately, but but Lou Dort just he's reminding me of Bruce Bowen, but on a much more reckless and dirty level, man. I mean he's pretty much challenging Draymond Green. I mean, Draymond had a thing, an instant when he pulled Jabari Smith's leg on when he was down. He grabbed Smith's leg. I thought it was kind of comical, maybe a joke, but I could be wrong. And he got attacked for that. And I don't think he argued it. He had a blow up, but it's like, I mean, he was kicking people below the belt, stepping on Sabonis, kicking Steven Adams. I mean, flailing wild, backhanded Nurkic. I mean, putting Rudy Gobert in the sleeper hold. I mean, this dude was he was showing us everything from wrestling to Street Fighter 2, man. I mean, then obviously the dashing ball rock punch he put on Jordan Poole in practice. I mean, so I mean, Lou Dort, coming for the crown, man. But and people are aware of it, so the league is watching. But I just don't want to see him do something and then act like he didn't do anything. Like, come on, man. I mean, that's just clearly what you did. We clearly saw what you did, and you can't be complaining about it. But yeah, interesting stuff there with Dirty Dort. Dirty Dort. But going back to the topic of this time of year, talking about teams tanking or losing intentionally. Yeah, something has to be done. I mean, this isn't new. It's been done. You know, I can understand why you want to hopefully lose to win. But I mean, people in the draft, big name players in college looking to come out. Freshmen, AJ DeBonsa, Darren Peterson, Cam Boozer, Koa Pete, Caleb Wilson, Acuff. I think it's Darius Acuff, if I'm not mistaken. And a few other guys. I can understand trying to get a lottery pick where you can get one of these guys on your roster, and they can change the game for you. Yeah, something's got to be done. I mean, it just puts the integrity of the game in question. You already got integrity issues with gambling. We haven't had anyone caught this year. I know some information just came out. I can't recall really on the Rozier thing, or we haven't seen Malik Beasley since the playoffs last year. Chauncey Billups hasn't returned to the Blazers bench. So, but yeah, I mean, I've heard a few resolutions. I guess the league has heard them too. The league's come up with their own. Adam Silver and crew will have to come up with something where they've already flattened the odds. And so just seeing all this losing and fan bases having to deal with. I mean, like the Jazz got fined big time for they played their players and then they took them out the end. It was an intentional tank job. Then they just pretty much said, hey, this guy needs to get surgery. Jaren Jackson Jr. needs this surgery. Nurkic needs this surgery. Sabonis for the Kings. Zach LaVine. I mean, they were already bad teams. I mean, the Wizards aren't going to play Anthony Davis. I guess Trae Young will play here and there. Dallas is done. Indiana, I mean, Halliburton's not coming back from his Achilles injury. They're really bad. 10 straight. What are they? The Pacers have lost 10 straight at the moment. The Wizards 9 straight. I mean, so the Mavericks 8 straight. So, I mean, something's got to be done. I guess just for the presentation of the league, especially when you get these games on national TV. That's when it becomes a big issue. The best resolution I kind of heard of, or maybe the best way to deal with it is just at a certain point, you cut off the odds of what they are, and teams have to win to earn a certain lottery pick in some form or fashion. I don't really have the answers to it, but I just kind of like the fact of that idea, because what it made me think about was, okay, if you have teams that have been sorry for the whole year, and now they can't continue to be sorry, they have to actually battle and try to win to keep their position in the lottery. So, and I think that what that does, I mean, you're winning to try to ultimately win. So, fan bases, people paying for tickets, and that affects everyone watching on TV as far as ratings. You're going for your team you're hoping for your team to play better and not play all of their worst players to earn that draft pick. It's kind of like you earn it in the right way. You earn it ethically. Um, it's just that seems to be the best thing I've heard as far as that. Because I mean, you just can't have all these teams continuing to lose like this, and they're not ever changing their trajectory. Now some teams do, obviously, but like the Wizards, for example, they've been just bad for a while. I mean, the Jazz have been bad for a while. I mean, you want to put a fan base and just your viewing audience through 2, 3, 4 seasons of just bad basketball and losing, and they're talking about expansion. I don't think that's the answer. If anything, we need elimination of some teams. We don't need. People might say there's more talent out there and more skill. I just see a lot of redundant basketball to an extent. Redundant players. I mean, unless you're in that top 10 ranking of players who just exciting, do something you can't believe. I mean, Ant-Man with his athleticism, the way Steph Curry shoots, Wembanyama's his freakish build and stature, and then he's able to shoot from the outside and just dunk with ease, block shots without barely jumping. I mean, the way Giannis can run the floor. When LeBron was at his prime, being able to, as big as he was, to get out and run and be able to make the passes he making, score the way he does, with his athleticism and just other guys. Jokic's passing ability for his size, his high skill level. The same with Luka Doncic. I mean, and we're talking about expansion. No, we need a few teams chopped off. I mean, 32 NBA teams. I mean, nah. And especially if y'all wanna cut games, I feel like because of the pace, you need to reduce the amount of games. Something's gonna have to give. I mean, they'll have to figure it out. But I'm all against adding more teams. Let's take away a few. Because and then you have this play-in where sometimes it shouldn't even matter. Maybe that should be fluid, because the 10th and 9th seed, a lot of times they're well below 500, but they're still playing the game. And it's like, dude, the season's over. There's just too many bad teams and too much redundancy to an extent. Too much flopping. Too many trips down the floor where you just see miss 3 after miss 3, and it gets tough to watch at times. And other times it's very good to watch and very entertaining. But you just have to have a balance. You have to have a balance. Okay, so one last NBA topic here. Focused around the Atlanta Hawks, who, one good thing, they're on a 7-game win streak. Really haven't beat anybody impressive, but it seems like it's coming together. 7-game win streak for the Hawks, which is currently the longest in the league. And so they're trying to get together when those trade deadline new pieces, helping out Jalen Johnson and with McCollum and other guys, Kiri Alexander Walker playing well, and bringing in Kuminga, who's having some impressive performances, which make people wonder what was going on in Golden State. Probably obviously was just a relationship thing with Steve Kerr and Kuminga. It's just things happened and they just wouldn't play him. I mean, even though he's athletic, got some skill, they just wouldn't play him. But now he's able to show that in Atlanta, and they can use it. I mean, beside Jalen Johnson and other guys, continue to stay hot get out of that playing area, maybe get up high enough to secure at least a 6 seed or get a higher spot to get out of that playing area. But the main thing, big discussion around the Hawks right now, and me being in the Atlanta metro area, I've been living here for almost 20 years now, is the Magic City Monday being canceled by the NBA after backlash. I'm not really sure from where, but it was set. It was a little double entendre put on the moment, because the Orlando Magic were scheduled to come to Atlanta to play the Hawks on March 16th, this coming Monday. So you got the Magic, and then you got Magic City, the adult entertainment club, strip club, well known here in Atlanta, a staple, been here for a long time. People might want to say it's part of the culture. There's been a documentary made about the club, but the NBA said they said no, and the NBA said no, and I'm all for it. Hey, people can do what they want to do, unfortunately. But my job as a Christian is to believe what I believe and be a light to this world, to walk the narrow path. And I'm not saying the NBA does everything right, because I've heard the counter arguments about, well, they endorse gambling. Yeah, that's not right. And cheerleaders, they show a lot of skin. They may dance in a certain way during games, and whatever else there is. But I know Rob Parker, who I listen to a lot of Odd Couple, he was highly upset. And their show has a theme night. Magic City Monday is one of their themes during the weekly show of the Odd Couple. And it's just good to hear being a Christian. Unfortunately, I went to that place when I was in my almost 20 years ago. I went there one time. I'm not saying it was an experience. Obviously, I like women, so yeah, they look nice, but I just don't think that's anything you really want to be attached to. Morally, as far as my beliefs as a Christian, and I have my own struggles. I'm not here totally trying to judge. I'm trying to obviously give you the truth and some grace as well. And I have my struggles with lust. Anyone want to reach out, I can point you in a direction where you can get help with that, because with this thing right here, this phone, and the access you have to it and the distractions it can lead to, and just how lust destroys us as community, as people. It destroys family, it destroys marriages. You seen what happened with Sharon Moore at Michigan. Just people were talking about, man, he threw away so much money. My first thought was, my God, he destroyed his family. And it's just things you hate to see. And being associated with the strip club, yeah, people, they have the right to do what they want to do. And I understand everybody's not going to live by God's word or try to abide by what the Bible says. But what I do, and I applaud. I'll take this win for the NBA. And if this was something as far as a gay pride night, I would be, and they shut that down, I would be just as happy too. So it isn't just about whether it's women showing off. Because these type of things, all sex outside of marriage is sin. Yeah, men and women get together. People don't think of that as without being married. That's sin. Sex with the same person, that's sin. And the Bible is clear about that. Now there are degrees to sin. All sin isn't considered the same, but it all goes as sin. And then the Bible tells us how it's judged. the level that it's at. So I mean, just to be, and I don't know, I don't think they were gonna be out there doing stuff too crazy, but I would hope not. But I know T.I. is scheduled to perform, and everybody talking about they had their hoodies and they're going to have the wings, and it's sold out quickly. Yeah, okay. And people obviously wanted it, but there was a great amount of pushback, and I'll take a win for the right side. I mean, when we think about it, there's nothing right about a strip club. There's something's mentally wrong for women just to want to reveal their bodies to guys who they don't know, especially for money. I mean, the love of money is the root of all evil, which the Bible clearly states. I know this isn't a podcast on religion or my beliefs. I know I always close it out, be blessed in Jesus' name. I do that for a reason, but I mainly keep it a basketball here. But this is kind of coming into this basketball talk, and it's a big story, and people can be upset. I mean, they're going to be upset. I can understand that. Yeah, you can do what you want to do, but I just don't think that's really a culture you want to be related to or part of. I know that is a big thing here in Atlanta, but that can change too. Body do more work to let our light outshine the darkness, and just what goes on in those places and what it leads to. But people still have the choice to do what they're going to do. I have to just present truth and present it with grace, 100% truth, 100% grace, as was recently preached at church. Because I don't want to come across like I'm beating you across the head with the gospel, and I don't want to be too soft to where I'm giving you too much grace. You have to have 100% truth and 100% grace. I know my pastor at Victory, Pastor Johnson, one time he brought it up, he said, oh, people he's seen people and he was like, wow, we really in a bad place when you see him and his wife went to lunch, and the strip club they had to pass by, I guess it was the one on Spring Street, the strip club. And it was just full of people. And like at lunchtime, that's where we really are as people at lunchtime. And people want to say, oh, well, they got good food and this and that. Like, come on, don't do that. I mean, that's just weak. You can get good food somewhere else. I want to reference this verse from my man Andy Mineo. From his song, You Know That's Right, where he kind of puts it out in the song, and it makes a lot of sense, and I think it sums up what I want to say. He says, my homegirl started stripping. I said, chill, get your degree. She told me, Andy, you tripping because you don't make more money than me. Well, you know that's right, but some money always comes with the price. Yes, it does. There's a price you have to pay. With you have to count up the cost, and someone doing that. I mean, it's just they're just when you dig deep into what's going on, you see there's a lot of whether they were abused young, and something led them that way, unfortunately, and then they wanted to please people, maybe, and to please people they saw the money they could get. They're like, well, I'll do that. I mean, I know it's all around. You got stuff on the internet, you got stuff, all people doing all types of things, pornography and everything like that. So, but I'll take the win. I've never been one to enjoy strip clubs anyway. It's never really been a temptation of mine to go, but I definitely can see what it can lead to, and it's not. I just don't believe it pushed you in a good place. So that's all I have to say about that. I mean, props to the NBA for taking a stand on that. And hey, people don't like it, they don't like it. Can't win them all. And I want to close out here a little college talk. Like I said, tournaments are going on. You got Miami of Ohio, undefeated. If they make it, I mean, if they don't win the conference tournament, they should still get in. I mean, they said they tried to reach out to certain teams. Nobody would accept their request to play. They tried to play some tougher competition. Yeah, the conference they playing isn't tough. They had some close games recently, but they finished the season undefeated, so perfect record. So if they don't win the conference tournament, they should still definitely get in. I mean, because nobody else has that perfect record. Yeah, Miami of Ohio played tougher competition. They would get they probably wouldn't have a perfect record, but they beat everybody that was in front of them. And if they go on to win their conference tournament, then they'll get the automatic bid. But if they don't, I believe they should still be in. I think they'll be put in. Because, I mean, they had an undefeated season. As far as my Tar Heels, man, it's end of the season losing to Duke. Didn't have Caleb Wilson. He missed like the last 6 games or so, ever since that Miami game. Hate to see it go down like that because he's clearly our best player. And wanted to see him play at Cameron, get that experience. I honestly think this will be it. I mean, guys always say something about, I'll come back for another year. I know the NIL can make that happen, but I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, for him in Carolina. But if he goes off to do great things, that'll be great for Carolina. We'll have an impactful player, a significant player, a top player in the league for the first time in a long time. But if they do anything, and we may have to play Duke again, unfortunately, they'll be short a few guys with Patrick Mbonga having a foot issue and Caleb Foster being ruled out, I think, for the rest of the season. So we won't get a Duke team at full strength, and they won't get us, but they still got Cam Boozer, and he's the truth. A lot of strength down there, moves and skill in the post, and he can step out. Wouldn't hurt for them to call 3 seconds on him every now and then, but but I mean, Duke's number one, probably gonna be number one overall, whether they win the ACC tournament or not. But I mean, y'all fans are gonna be the other Boozer twin, Caden. Only started a few games. Let me get those specifics here on his. Only started a few games. Yes. Because you lose Foster, so that means Caden Boozer's going to step in. Only started 4 of 31 games. Percentages don't look great. Shooting under 30% from 3. Maybe with more shots, it can go up. Playing with the more talented guys most of the time. Evans, his brother, Sar, but I just don't think he's the answer. And I mean, I don't know if he can. I mean, he have a hot game here and there, but them being able to go all the way, I'm questioning it now with the loss of Foster and having Caden Boozer having to step up. Never really saw it, don't really see it, but and there are a lot of tough guards out there. Excuse me, another. When you get the top teams as far as Houston, I can't remember the name of their guard, but A-Cup for Arkansas, if they can go far. Peterson for Kansas. Was it Jaden Bradley and the other guy for Arizona, man. It's like both initials are of his first and last name with a C, I think, or B. Good player. And then all the other guys I haven't mentioned, but y'all Duke fans, y'all gonna be I don't believe y'all gonna be have too many nice things to say about Caden Boozer, because I don't think he's. I don't even know if he's Duke worthy unless it was for his brother and his dad, but unless he proves me wrong. And so we'll see how everything unfolds. Carolina fans, stop. I mean, going for Hubert Davis's head every time they have a loss. This team became the first team in Carolina history to win all their home games. I think it was 18 or 19-0 at home. And then a couple of years ago, he made a Sweet 16 run with Harrison Ingram, Cormac Ryan, those guys, Baycott, R.J. Davis was on that team. So, I mean, give the man a break in the comments. I mean, got a good record, perfect at home this year, big wins, home wins over Kansas, Duke, beat Kentucky. I can't remember if that was neutral or at home or at Rupp. Beat Ohio State, neutral. I mean, some good wins. So they get the double bye to the 4th seed in the ACC tournament. And he's managed them well without Caleb Wilson. I mean, just got to get Vassard and stay aggressive, and hope Dixon keeps getting better. Maybe Luka gets hot. And the rest of the guys just step up. Trimble finds it again, goes out in a flurry. This being his last time putting on that number 7 jersey for Carolina. So just chill out on Hubert Davis. Well, that's all I got, y'all. This has been mainly another session of the last 10. Just getting you updated on my thoughts on recent win streaks and hot topics in the NBA. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already to the All Basketball Podcast. You can simply search it out on YouTube. Also can be found on Spotify, iHeart, Apple, Google, wherever you listen to podcasts. Appreciate y'all. Once again, it's your host, Maurice Dixon. Until next time, peace and be blessed. In Jesus' name.